Good morning, and welcome to our series, Questions and Answers for a World in Crisis. As you know from previous editions, I receive questions from many young people, students especially, on problems that they confront, difficulties they face, and they send me these themes. Today, we look at the term happiness. And as always, from the Mother, or Sri Aurobindo, we get the answers, sometimes from both. To begin, the Mother. Do not live to be happy. Live to serve the divine. And the happiness you enjoy will exceed all expectation. 28 December 1971. The supreme happiness is to be true servitors of the divine. 14 February 1972. True happiness is possible only when one has found the divine. Happiness is as contagious as gloom, and nothing can be more useful than to pass on to people the contagion of a true and deep happiness. 25 October 1934. Try to be happy. Immediately you will be closer to the light. 11 July 1935. When the divine grants the true inner happiness, nothing in the world has the power to snatch it away. 5 October 1954. The only way to a true and lasting happiness is a complete and exclusive reliance on the divine's grace. 19 October 1941. Quote, "Happy is he who possesses nothing. He will partake of the delight of the radiant gods." End quote. Mother says, to possess nothing does not at all mean not to make use of anything, not to have anything at one's disposal. Happy is he who possesses nothing. He is someone who has no sense of possession, who can make use of things when they come to him, knowing that they are not his, that they belong to the Supreme, and who, for the same reason, does not regret it when things leave him. He finds it quite natural that the Lord who gave him these things should take them away from him for others to enjoy. Such a man finds equal joy in the use of things as in the absence of things. When you have them at your disposal, you receive them as a gift of grace. And when they leave you, when they have been taken away from you, you live in the joy of destitution. For it is the sense of ownership that makes you cling to things, makes you their slave. Otherwise, one could live in constant joy and in the ceaseless movement of things that come and go and pass, that bring with them both the sense of fullness when they are there, and when they go, the delight of detachment. What is real happiness, and when does it come? Mother replies, when one no longer feels any attraction for the other, false happiness. Real happiness is of divine origin. It is pure and unconditioned. Ordinary happiness is of vital origin. It is impure and depends on circumstances. 18 November 1933. Each one carries his capacity of happiness in himself. But I am convinced that those who cannot be happy here can be happy nowhere. True happiness does not depend on the external circumstances of life. One can obtain true happiness and keep it constantly only by discovering one's psychic being and uniting with it. 22 September 1963. Lord, give me the real happiness, that which depends only upon Thee. Prayer for 1971. This is what I sent for the conferences of the New Age Association, an association of students from the ashram. They asked, is the aim of life to be happy? So I replied, that is just putting things topsy-turvy. The aim of human life is to discover the divine and to manifest it. Naturally, this discovery leads to happiness. But this happiness is a consequence, not an aim in itself. And it is this mistake of taking a mere consequence for the aim of life that has been the cause of most of the miseries afflicting humanity. Consecration is the consummation, when the light has illuminated all parts of your being with a central will acting on the feelings, impulses, thoughts, emotions, activities, directing them always towards the divine. And when you move no more from darkness to light, or from falsehood to truth, or from misery to happiness, but from light to more light, from truth to greater truth, from happiness to increasing happiness. From Sri Aurobindo. Many men are not after happiness and do not believe it is the true aim of life. It is the physical vital that seeks after happiness. The bigger vital is ready to sacrifice it in order to satisfy its passions, search for power, ambition, fame, or any other motive. If you say it is because of the happiness power, fame, etc. gives, that again is not universally true. Power may give anything else, but it does not usually give happiness. It is something in its very nature, arduous and full of difficulty to get, to keep, or to use. I speak, of course, of power in the ordinary sense. A man may know he can never have fame in this life, but works in the hope of posthumous fame or in the chase of it. He may know that the satisfaction of his passion will bring him everything rather than happiness, suffering, torture, destruction. Yet he will follow his impulse. So also the mind, as well as the bigger vital, is not bound by the pursuit of happiness. It can seek truth, rather, or the victory of a cause. To reduce all to a single hedonistic strain seems to me to be very poor psychology. Neither nature nor the vast spirit in things are so limited and one-tracked as that. Most people do things because they have to, not out of the happiness they find in the things. It is only its hobbies and penchants that the nature finds some happiness in, not usually in work, unless, of course, the work itself is one's hobby or penchant and can be indulged in or dropped as one likes. Man's real nature is happiness. Happiness is inborn in the true self. His search for happiness is an unconscious search for his true self. The true self is imperishable. Therefore, when a man finds it, he finds a happiness which does not come to an end.